our day 5 of our NeSA review. And so today we're going to talk about slope and intercept again. We're going to spend another day because that's an area in which we need a little bit more practice. And so if you look at this, this shouldn't be a difficult concept for you. It says identify the slope and y-intercept of the following lines. So we're going to start with the purple line. Okay? We're going to start with the purple line. You see where all the purple line is? Okay, the slope is what?
Undefined.
Perfect. So the slope of the purple line is undefined because remember, a vertical line is undefined. Good job. What is the y-intercept?
Zero.
There's like really
No, it's nothing.
Nothing. Good job. The y-intercept, there is none. Okay, remember we don't say 0 because 0 would imply that it goes through the origin. All right, blue. We got to find the slope. So how do I find the slope? What do I do?
Lines of row.
Yep, so I want to pick any 2 points it goes through. So let's pick 2 points. So this one and this one. So what would the slope be? 1. So the slope is 1. What's the y-intercept?
-4.
-4. Very good. Okay, let's go with the red. Okay, so here we go. What's the slope here going to be? -1/3. Nice job, because if you pick these 2 points, your slope is -1/3. So you could go up and backwards. Yeah, you could go up and backwards, and the backwards would be a -3 as well. Remember, it's a negative because it goes down. What's your y-intercept? 4. Very good. So being able to identify slope and intercepts. Yes?
What if you pick like the points all the way like on the ends?
You
Would
could.
it still work?
Yes, because what will end up happening, the question is, what happens if you would like pick this point and this point? And this is the thing. In this case, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to end up going over 12. So it's going to actually be a -4/12, which will simplify to -1/3.
Just wanted to know.
Yep, it'll still work. So, alrighty. The graph below represents which equation? Okay, now this is the thing come test time. Okay, you've got multiple choice. Let's eliminate. Which one isn't it?
C.
It's not C. Why? Why is it not C? What does C look like? Absolute value is a
Smiling.
V. So remember, absolute value is a V, so it can't be that. What else can't it be?
D.
It can't be A. Why can't it be A?
I don't know.
What's A? A is your smile. What's the other one? It can't be. B. Why? What does B look like?
down.
B looks like a line. Okay, y equals x is just a line. So obviously by the process of elimination, you didn't need to know that that's a cubic graph. Okay, but it is. It looks kind of like a sideways S. So remember this, a cubic graph is like a sideways S. Another cubic graph would look like this. Okay, remember we've looked at cubic graphs, you used them on GeoGebra. We graphed all those. Okay, so it can go down. So, but process of elimination, that's just good test-taking strategy. Let's look at another one. Solve the following inequalities. So, when I solve an inequality, I solve it just like an equation. There's just one thing we need to do. What do I need to do first?
Change the thing to
What's the very first thing I do to solve this?
-3.
By 2.
Not divide by 2, what? Somebody said something else.
-3.
-3, good. So I'm going to subtract 3. So I end up getting 2x to be less than 12. What do I do now? Divide by 2, so I get x to be less than 6. When do I switch the inequality? When I divide by a negative number. Important thing to remember. Nice job.
How do we switch that again?
Okay, you leave this alone. But if this would have been a negative 2x, and you would have divided by -2, that's when you flip the
Do
inequality.
you have to put the or equal to
Nope.
there?
Nope, there is no or equal to in the beginning, so that's why it stays as it is. Okay, this one. Back group back there. What do you do first? Subtract 3, good. So this group back there, what does that leave me with?
-4x
Okay,
is greater than or
Yep.
equal to -1.
good. What do I do up here? Divide by -4. This group here, what am I left with?
let's U2.
Right. Now remember, look at there, I divided by a negative number, so that's when you flip the inequality. Okay? So. Alrighty, questions? Okay, last thing we're going to talk about. Okay, once again, it's multiple choice, so it's nice. A car used 12 gallons of gasoline and traveled a total distance of 290 miles. The car's fuel efficiency, okay, is 25, just a second, there we go. The car's fuel efficiency is 25 miles per gallon on the highway and 20 miles per gallon in the city. The variable H will represent the number of gallons used on the highway. Okay, so H goes with number of gallons used on the highway. Oops, just sorry. I thought I had my pen, there we go. So what does H go with? What miles per gallon? 25. So all the way around, if I look there, B and C are out because 25 needs to go with H. So now I have two additional choices. Notice what this says, which equation could be used to find H. So now I've got to decide, is it A or D? So now let's think about that. They use a total of 12 gallons. So if I told you that H is 10, let's plug in 10 here for H. I get 12 plus 10, which means how many gallons would I use here? 22. How many gallons would I do here? 2. Which one of those totals 12? A or D? D totals, what is 10 and 22? 32. What is A total? 12. So which one used 12 gallons of gas? A. Okay. So in this case, you're going to take 12 minus H to find that. All right, this is what's going to end up happening. You've got a worksheet over this, okay, over identifying slope and intercept. Okay, I know some of you are going to be gone these next few days. What's going to end up happening is I'm probably going to do one video, okay, over the next 2 days. So those of you that are going to be gone the next 2 days, your job and your task is going to be to get online and watch the video, okay? So you're going to need to get online and watch the video. I'll also have a copy of the worksheet on the internet as well, okay? So anyway, we will do NeSA worksheet 5 for today. We'll probably do like NeSA worksheet 6 either Thursday or Friday. Questions?